Yeehaw, Grandma! It's My Meeting Museum's Country and Western 45 RPM Records Part 2 with Helen Reddy. I Am Woman. Hear me roar. 1972. And the B side of that being More Than You Could Take. Bring it on, Helen. Bring it on. So next up, we've got a kind of a cool MGM sleeve there. And Tanya Tucker doing Traveling Salesman. And the B side of that being a song called Lizzie and the Rain Man. Rain Man. Wapner. Yep, don't know a lot about the country and western. Some of these I don't recognize at all. I'm just showing them because there's been some interest expressed, and I have quite a few of them from having bought mixed boxes of things and gotten a lot of country and western. Billy Crash Craddock, I may not know the songs, but I do know some of the artists. And Billy Crash Craddock is definitely a country and western artist that I know of. But 1973, Till the Water Stops Running, that's not a song that I know. It's marked as the A side, so we know that's the A side. The B side, What Does a Loser Say? Loser. Next up, we've got Wilson Pickett and Engine Number 9. Number 9. And on the B side of that one, Land of a Thousand Dances. Now, being that this is an Atlantic Oldies series, it's probably a double A side. It's probably two songs, two hits. Either one could have been the A side, actually. This does say A 1000, and that one says A 1009, so that doesn't really help us none. And not being familiar with either song or knowing the artist, I've heard the name. I've heard of Wilson Pickett. That's about it. It's a little dusty, but man, it's a beautiful piece of vinyl. Kind of a shame that it ended up in the hands of someone like me who doesn't particularly appreciate country and western music. But that's the way it goes. Michael Murphy, Chain Gang. Now, the B-side of this is a song called Lightning. I think, didn't he do Wildfire? She'll be riding Wildfire. And then he had a sequel to that. Now, for some reason, I'm thinking Lightning might have been that song. But there again, not a fan of Michael Murphy, not really into country music, so I'm just showing these off. I'm not going to have a lot of accurate, if at all, information to add, but I do have some familiarity with Michael Murphy, and I do know that he did a song called Wildfire about a horse, and that there was a sequel song done. I'm just not sure if Lightning was it. This one's interesting. This one's definitely going back a few years. This is more of the classic kind of stuff, but Tumblin' Tumbleweeds and the everlasting hills of Oklahoma, where the wind comes rolling down the plains. Whoops, don't go breaking stuff up now. And Cool Water is another song that I'm familiar with. Without taste water, cool water. Chant of the Wanderer. Now there's one I don't know, by Bob Nolan. Sons of the Pioneers. Was the other side? Yep, the other side was Sons of the Pioneers as well. So there's a four for you on an extended play 45. And next up, we've got Jed Strunk doing The Searchers. Now, to me, that's a John Wayne movie. And I am a big John Wayne fan. Just because I'm not a big country and western fan doesn't mean I don't like western films. I love John Wayne films. Watched a lot of them. War Wagon's one of my personal faves, but The Searchers definitely just doesn't have anything said about it having any connection to the film, so I don't know if it does or not, but that's what I think of when I see The Searchers, is John Wayne, and it's definitely the name of the song and not the artist, because we got Jed Strunk on the B-side doing Daisy a Day. Daisy Duke, where are you? Rod Stegal doing Give Me One More Chance. And 1972. Don't know Red. Oh, Rod. I said Rod, but it says Red. I read it wrong. Red Stegal. I'm guessing it's Stegal. But it's definitely Red. Somewhere My Love being what I believe to be the B-side of that particular one. Next up, we got one that I definitely know, Merle Haggard. Well, I never heard of Merle Haggard and the Strangers, but I've definitely heard of Merle Haggard. And Jesus Take a Hold. So this would be along the, what do they call that? Not necessarily gospel. Well, maybe it is gospel instead of country. The B-side, or the other side, being No Reason to Quit. Too legit to quit. All right, now we've got a, unfortunately, rather damaged Merle Haggard. Look at that scratch. Now, that is one nasty scratch. And unfortunately, the vinyl looks great other than that. And you could listen to at least 2/3 or better of the song, no problem. But once you hit that, whew, it's deep. You can feel it. I don't know who did what to this poor piece of plastic, but Merle Haggard and the Strangers, again, doing The Way It Was in 51, back in 75. And what I believe, or I'm guessing to be the B-side or flip side, The Roots of My Raising. Now this side looks fine. This side's perfectly good. There's no big nasty scratch on it. So maybe this is the A-side and it's all good to roll. But yeah, that other one, kind of sad. Next up, another country and western artist I am familiar with, Freddie Fender. Secret Love. We know this is the A-side because it's clearly marked A-side. Thank you, ABC.Records. I really loved it when they marked things as A and B-side. Unfortunately, they did not always do so. But this was one where they're clearly marked A and B, which makes it easy. Lovin' Cajun Style. Get a little Cajun lovin' from Freddie Fender. Wasted days and wasted nights. Johnny Rodriguez, Born to Lose. Born to be bad. And the B-side, this is interesting. This is one that would actually get me to put on a country and western album to check it out. Something by George Harrison. So this is the Something in the Way She Moves. But it's got Johnny Rodriguez doing it. So that's kind of interesting. That would be something to check out. And I've got actually 2 copies of that one. This one just got a little white speck there. Other than that, it looks to be pretty much the exact same. And the B-side is still the exact same as well. So I just got 2 identical copies of the same one back to back. Nothing special to point out there. Next up, we got Andy Williams. Now, I don't know if Andy Williams actually classifies as country. I always thought he was more like pop, lounge act, kind of like old Wayne Newton there at the end of the last episode we did. But Are You Sincere being on this? And it is the side 1 underneath that sticker. I know this because there's no sticker on this side and it says side 2. So, side 2 is Be Mine Tonight. Still Andy Williams off of Cadence. But, yeah, whoever put that sticker on there, boy, it is some serious tape that ain't coming off for nothing. Next up, we've got Ed Bruce, which I'm not familiar at all with Mr. Ed. And if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. But it is the A side, and that makes it easy for us to know which is the A and which is the B. Thank you very much. And on the B, we've got You've Got Her Eyes. All right. Ed Bruce. Yep. Don't think I've ever heard of him before. So he's a new one on me. But I have heard of B.J. Thomas. Isn't he the raindrops keep falling on my head guy? Or Not positive, but yeah, I've heard of B.J. Thomas, and I'm pretty positive he is a country and western artist. Everybody's Out of Town on Scepter Records, clearly marked as the A, and the opposite side, clearly marked as the B, is a song called Livin' Again, my friends. All right, so just two more here to share with you, and we will wrap up episode 2 of our country and western vinyls here. And this one's rather interesting because it's B.W. Stevenson is not someone I have ever heard of before, but Shambhala is definitely a song I'm quite familiar with from Three Dog Night doing it. I'm on the road to Shambhala. Ooh. And this is definitely, I put it on. I checked it out. And I'm not positive that that's the A side. It might be the B side, being its cover, but My Feet Are So Weary from the Lead Free album by Mr. Stevenson. He wrote this song, so maybe this is the actual A side, and the cover song being the B, but this is the one that got numbered, and usually when people number them in their collection, they're numbering the song that they bought, the song that they know. But that's not always the case. Over here we had somebody numbering the B side, on that B.J. Thomas, so you can't always go by that either. But yeah, that is the Three Dog Night song, Shambhala, or Three Dog Night recorded song. We discussed Three Dog Night in the past. They did not write anything. They bought all of their songs, kind of like Elvis. They were performers, not the producers. So anyways, here we got Willie Nelson. You don't get much more country and western than old Willie. Poor guy's having some health issues recently. Hope he recovers. Got nothing against old Willie. But on the road again, just like a band of gypsies, I'll be on my way. Hit number 20 in 1980. And this is a Hall of Fame reissued. So the B-side might actually be a song that you know, but it's not one I know. September Song, 1979. So there you go. That wraps up episode 2 of our country and western vinyls. I'll have quite a few more episodes once I dive into the big tub. So hope you join us for those. Have a great day.